Hey everybody, it's DEBTFREEJOEL here. I had a lot of you reach out to me and ask me questions about what's going on with GameStop, the hell's going on with these hedge funds, why does it feel like it's anarchy on the streets? And I just want to do a quick video just to kind of explain what I'm seeing and why I'm a little concerned here. So if you've been following what's been going on, basically I'll give you like the 30-second version. You had a bunch of people betting that GameStop was going to fail because it's a brick and mortar store and nobody's going into GameStop to go buy video games anymore. They probably buy it online. Unfortunately for them, they had to lay off a good amount of employees, close a lot of stores. So you had hedge funds that are betting against the stock because they think it's not worth the money it is. And then apparently on Reddit, you had people making some pretty large bets that it's actually going to go up. So you had people betting against it, you had people trying to push it up, and then you had this volatility that just started kicking in. And what the hedge funds started to realize is that they could not compete against the push of these ordinary investors on Reddit. So eventually they stopped, they opened the valve, and the ordinary investors pushed the stock through the roof. That's basically what happened. And you have a lot of people that are saying, yeah, it's us sticking it to the man and we're taking our money back and all this kind of stuff. But I look at this a little bit differently, and I'm a little concerned about it. Now, for all of you that did invest yesterday and made money on it, good job. However, I want you guys to really hear me out for a second because I do think this is concerning, especially among black people. When you made money on it yesterday, you did show something about yourself that's concerning, and you're not going to like when I say this. What you showed is that you can fundamentally go against the investing principles that you stand for, right? The wealth building over time that we're always pushing here as part of the debt-free community. You basically showed that you'll just do anything to try to get a buck. And when you do that, you jeopardize your investing integrity. You jeopardize your financial integrity because what's going to happen is because you thought you made money yesterday, you're going to keep thinking you can make money. That way, and that actually goes against everything that we're trying to work for, to build wealth over time. But here's even more interesting. I read a lot about behavior, and behavioral scientists were able to study the brain waves of people who trade and people who are completely obsessed with the market all day long. And they were able to hook up pods to the people's heads and all that kind of stuff, and they're able to study their brain activity. And when they did that, they got, a roadmap of what these people were doing. And then right over here, they were able to study the brain activity of someone who was addicted to cocaine. And what they realized is that the brain activity of the person who's the drug abuser is the same brain activity of the person who's addicted to trading. It's dopamine on both sides that's shooting. And what you realize is that people who are addicted to trading, people who are looking for the next hit, are more likely to start making some pretty bad investment decisions. If you think about the person who is on drugs, they usually, unfortunately, are pretty emotional, pretty irrational. They're not logical, right? If you look at what happened over the last couple of days, buying a stock like that and pushing it up that many percent is absolutely illogical. These are the same people who bought bankrupt companies, right? These are the same people. And what happens to those folks, right, when you're addicted to drugs? Well, you keep thinking that you can stop, right, that you're in control of the situation. Well, you have investors now that think that they can stop themselves from investing in these types of things. They're just doing it for one time, and it felt good, and they may take advantage of the market, and they can control their emotions. But what happens to the person that's on drugs? Eventually, something has to give. And then what happens? They keep looking for a bigger and bigger and bigger hit, right? The high is not enough, what you started off with. They keep going higher and higher, taking more and more risks until it gets out of hand. Well, what do you think is going to happen with the investor? They're going to think that this is normal. They're going to keep taking more and more and more risks because the dopamine hit is going to take it more and more and more, right? They need it more. They need that hit. It's the same brain activity of a drug abuser. Now, for some of you think, oh, Joel, you're being too much. Like you're being way over, you're exaggerating. Fine. I'll make you guys do an experiment. And you don't even have to tell me how this turns out. Take your phone, okay? Because the majority of you, trade on your phone. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to your app and log out, your trading app. So if it's Webull, if it's Robinhood, because you guys hate them, whatever it is, log out of it. Whatever your trading app is, log out. And then what I want you to do is all the social media platforms that you have that help you. So if you, for example, use WhatsApp, I need you to mute that chat group that you're in, all of them, right? If you are on Discord, close out of Discord. If you go to Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is and you have certain hashtags that you're following, don't follow them for a little bit, right? Go about a day of not looking at anything that has to do with your stocks. And put your phone down, but keep it next to you. And watch how many times you reach for your phone as it pertains to your investments. That's where it's going to get scary for you. Because that's when you're going to realize that you're subconsciously addicted to doing it. You see, this is my warning for you, right? I'm a long-term investor, so you don't have to use me as examples. But talk to investors who've been trading for a long period of time, even people who trade volatility over time, and they'll tell you that what's going on in the market right now is more detrimental to the investor than it is to anybody else. So try the experiment. Close your phone out, close all your investment apps, social media out, and just see how you feel about it. And as you start to go through withdrawal, remember me telling you what this is. And I'll leave you guys with this nugget. Don't allow your money to influence your behavior. Allow your behavior to influence your money. Don't let that go over your head.